Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Subpar Sunday. You're with the Hophead Connisaur, along with my co-star Coney here, who has joined us today. If you watched my video from Friday, or you saw me at Coastal at Friday, you saw that I didn't have Coney with me. I neglected him, and that's what a lot of people were telling me. I neglected my co-star. I had two bags that I grabbed, well, I was supposed to grab for Friday morning. I grabbed the one bag and forgot the other bag that had my co-star in it. So he hasn't said much to me. So today I think he's excited about this beer. I don't know how he can be excited about anything we do on Subpar Sundays. But I guess he's a little excited about this beer, but we'll see. If you're not keeping up with the series, this is the 10th installment. And we have done a lot of different beers. Well, I can't say different brands. And we've done a lot of brands that are kind of the same. A lot of the beers that I've done have been lagers and ice beers. But anyway, before I kick off the show, I just want to extend a happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there that have subscribed to my channel that are watching. So I hope that you all have a great day with your family, and and I hope that they take care of you and treat you well today. But they should be doing that every day. But just want to say happy Mother's Day, and if my mom is watching this, happy Mother's Day. I love you. So let's go ahead and kick off the show. Let's talk about some of the beers we've reviewed right now. And if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed and you're just, watching it from week to week and, just trying to see what the show is about, subscribe at the bottom. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment about what you want to see. What should I do? We've had some comments about, some of the beers I should do, like malt liquor. That'll be a whole different series there. I can do Mexican beers. So there's a whole lot of different Mexican beers we can do too. But this we're sticking with right now is crappy domestic beers. And when I say crappy, is because you know me, I'm a craft beer lover. And, that's just my style, or that's just my, go-to. It's beer that's got flavor. You got beer that you're drinking not to get drunk. I mean, it's nice to have like a little light buzz and everything, but you're not spending money to get drunk off of craft beer. That would be an expensive hobby, and I hope you have a lot of money to be able to do it. With crappy domestic beers, I mean, some people, it's easy to put down a 6-pack. Some people like to put down a 12-pack. Some people, will tell you, I put down a case of this. Oh, you put down a case of water. Good for you. You're not putting down a case of craft beers by yourself. Now, maybe if there were session beers, maybe, but I wouldn't try it. That's just my opinion. But you're not putting down a 12-pack of, I'm just going to say this, one of my favorites is Dogfish Head 90 Minute. You're not putting down a 12-pack of that. That's a 9% IPA, and it's at 90 IBU, so it's really bitter. But you're not putting down a 12-pack of that. You might be able to put down a 6-pack and feel really good, but yeah, you're not drinking anything more than that. So what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we've done a lot of lagers, and we've done a couple ice beers. And, the ice beers were a little bit more in ABV, whereas in a lot of the domestic beers I do here are low ABV. And a lot of them were around about 4%, just a little bit higher than that. The ice beers were 5% and higher, almost close to 6%. But today we're going to be talking about a beer that's flavorful. When I say flavorful, we're going to see what that really means. Now, for craft beers, when I say craft, not crap, craft beers, when I say flavor profile, it's because the hops they use actually give it that flavor profile. So when I say flavor, it's when you drink an IPA, it tastes like pineapple, or it tastes like mango, or it tastes like peach, or maybe it's a combination of them all, or it's got a tropical flavor to it. It's got a floral flavor to it. They're bitter, they're juicy. With the domestic beers, they're not that way. They're just subpar flavors. That's just all it is. It's just water, with some barley and some malt, and just to kind of just give it a little bit of something, I guess. I I always like to call my domestic beers just water. That's all you're drinking. You're not really drinking much for anything. Whereas in like for craft beers, we're gonna be drinking for flavor. So what are we gonna be talking about today? Well, found this on the shelf while I was out grocery shopping, and Bud Light Orange. Oh, Coney, I think, wants this one today. Bud Light Orange. Okay, so looking it up and everything, what they've done with the regular Bud Light is made it with real orange peels. Ooh. You're turning something subpar into something that people are going to like. Ooh, it's going to taste like orange water now. Yay! I mean, you know, and I hate to say it like this, it's like shit smells like shit. If you add potpourri to it, it's still shit. So sorry to be explicit like that. So you can't change it. I mean, you know, you can't church it up. So Bud Light Orange is 4.2%, and again, it's made with real orange peels. So we're going to see how much orange flavor that these orange peels give this beer here. And I know I sound like I'm a harsh judge and everything, and a lot of my friends still, and I tell them, hey, you know, if you like your domestic beers, you can keep drinking your crappy domestic beers. I'm going to still keep drinking my craft beers. And I just don't see how you can go from craft beer and actually then go to a domestic beer if you've ran out of craft beer. I mean, I've heard some of my friends tell me that. Oh yeah, when I've run out of something I've had in my fridge, I go to a domestic beer, and I'm just like, oh, like you're putting that on top of something that's already in your stomach already, and I'd have a hard time with that. So anyway, I always judge a beer that's in a bottle on if you can open it up by twisting it off, or if you have to use a bottle opener. So today, come on, buddy, get off there. I have my handy bottle opener, and hopefully somebody has been able to figure out what that means. I still think it's so funny because one of my guys at work showed me one time, and I bought one off of him. So yeah, so we have our handy bottle opener, but as we all know with domestic beers, because they're crappy, we know it's just going to twist right off. Ooh. Okay, it has an orange scent to it. Okay, good for that. So let's see how this pours here. Alrighty. Okay. Still about the same color as it's looked like every week. You know, you just get that kind of straw yellow color. It's got a little bit of carbonation to it. Not as much as we've seen in previous weeks where, like one of the comments on one of the beers I had checked it or I'd done was it looked like boiling piss water. So, all right, this is Bud Light Orange, 4.2%. Let's always do what we do when I do beers. Okay. Smells like orange. Nothing new there. Orange flavored sugar water. And it's maybe got some barley malt flavor to it, but nothing much. As you know, my chugging skills suck. So we're going to see how far we get with this Bud Light Orange today. So here we go. In keeping up with the tradition of the channel, let's go ahead and chug this thing. Got an air bubble already. God, I suck at this. And this is why I don't drink domestic anymore. Oh, God, I didn't get through friggin' half of that, I don't think. Ugh. I just know it's going to happen as soon as I friggin' take this next drink. All that air is going to just come out of me. That air pocket That air pocket is keeping me from finishing this. I know some of y'all out there saying, you're such a wimp. I know there's another word you would use, but keeping with some of the people that watch this, I'm going to use the word wimp. Y'all can comment what you want to comment on the channel or tell me in person. Oh, God, this is rough. Oh, the things I do for the people that want to see me do this stuff. I have such a big air pocket right now, air bubble in here right now. I just don't know when it's going to come out of me. So hopefully you might get to see me burp on this one. You might not. But anyway, this beer is garbage. I don't care if you put orange in it. It doesn't make it any better. It's still a crappy domestic beer. So anyway, I'm signing off. Remember to get out there. Support your local craft breweries, drink craft beer, and not crappy domestic beer. We'll see you next Sunday on Subpar Sunday.